What up, though? Welcome to Verse. I am your host, Jay the Gentleman. This episode, I'm talking to Michael Jonvier. It's an update on our first conversation from more than 5 years ago about his eating disorder and body issues. I wanted to talk to Michael because I know that body is important to gay culture, and I think it's important when we share our stories. When we first talked, he was a popular entertainment blogger at HeyMikeyATL. He'd interviewed reality stars, celebrities, and was a regular host of red carpet events throughout Black entertainment. All the while, he was harboring some deep-seated insecurities about his body. We talked about his struggles with bulimia and some of the insecurities he was harboring, but since then, he's broadened his platform, rebranded himself as Michael Jonvier, and done some amazing things in media and entertainment. I wanted to talk to him because it seemed to me that he had done a total 180 from when we talked before. He went from being someone who was very insecure about his body to now a thirst trap with a whole bunch of fucking tattoos. Clearly, I was mistaken about what a thirst trap is and who they really be. Check this out.
I feel great. I really do.
That is a far cry from where we were when we had this first conversation.
I was a completely different person then, and I had been experiencing a completely different set of circumstances. And I would say, I don't know how 2021 was to everybody else, but she was very good to me. She started off devastating, and then she said, okay, the last little bit of 2020 that hits you and knocks you down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, put your tough skin on and dry your eyes. I got some work for you to do. And so, I just pretty much started doing the work.
What would work for you?
Work for me is getting into counseling. Getting back into counseling, taking care of myself emotionally and mentally, and realizing that I got to stop taking on so much blame. I always took other people's issues and their issues with me onto myself. I blame myself for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn that a lot of what other people are going through is their own problem, and that I can change and I can grow, and they can not see me changing and growing and still think of me the same way, but that's a them problem and not a me problem.
Uh-huh.
I also learned that I had a lot of fake love around me. So I learned how to say goodbye and so long and let that be. The biggest lesson I learned is you'll never find the healing you need in the place that initially got you sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What was it, something you can share that gave you that aha moment?
When I just kept trying to reconnect with different people and then involve myself in different circles, and I came to realize that honestly what they're doing or what they're about and what they're involved with is not something I really want to be a part of. Yeah. I wanted to be a voice for the community, and I say community in quotations because for me, this is me personally speaking, I don't feel there's a community. I feel there's a population of people that happen to dibble and dabble with some of the similar things, but as a whole, standing together, that's not something that's possible.
But you are a part of the thirst trap community.
No, I'm not part of the thirst trap community. They post. Let me tell you something. I ain't posting pictures because I'm trying to be out here sexy and all that other shit. I post pictures because once upon a time I was a bigger boy, a much bigger boy, because I'm still not skinny or anything like that. I was a much bigger boy who hated himself, who absolutely loathed himself. And I found a voice and I found a platform when I found that there were other people like me who felt that same way. And not only were they feeling that same way like myself, they were being systematically denied opportunities by said community. So when I'm posting a picture of myself and being proud of myself, because even when I was bigger, I would still post pictures of myself, as you recall.
Mm-hmm.
That's to celebrate me. And that's to empower myself and somebody else that all men are attracted to any size.
What was so dope about our conversation is that Michael and I always had very, very different perspectives on our bodies. Regardless of our goals, our weight represented something very different for each of us. For me, it was a sense of pride. I was able to achieve my body goals, and I wore that like I wear my heart on my sleeve. Now that he's able to look back, I wondered what his weight represented for him.
I ate more because I was trying to fill a void. Like I explained to people, growing up, I lived with my grandmother. I was raised by her. When I got a little bit older, I moved in with my parents. I didn't like the situation. I didn't like the situation at all. I was depressed. So when I was depressed, I would eat. And I would get bigger. And as I got bigger, people would poke fun at that and exclude me from stuff. So that made me feel worse. So what would I do to fill that void of feeling worse? I would eat.
Even
You know
more.
what I mean? So I would eat more. But then, I found myself interested in different things like, acting, writing, being in front of the camera, doing interviews and stuff like that. And I could do all those things. My weight or my size wasn't something that should inhibit me from it. I could still do the questioning. I can still do everything I needed to do. But because I didn't look a certain way, it was denying me opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fucking me up. And when I say fucking me up, as in it warped my perception, not just of myself, but the entire world around me. And every single aspect of my life, from how I move with my family, all the way up to how I move with a potential, with a relationship. It completely warped that. It made me see myself through a gaze of hate, discontent, and inferiority.
And how do you feel now?
I feel great.
Like,
I tell people I definitely still have some insecurities that I'm battling and whatnot, but the point is I'm battling them and not letting them overtake me like I used to. It's not so much of, it's a hopeless situation. It's another day. Let me pick up my sword and my shield and do my part.
Michael Jonvier is so dope to me. He taught me that we never know what people are going through. And usually it's the niggas that we think are the toughest that have dealt with the most. You can check out everything Michael is doing at michaeljonvier.com or follow him on IG at michaeljonvier. That was our show. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button to never miss another line item on the Black Gay Agenda. Stop by fullyverse.com/shop to get new verse merch any day. It's the best way to support what we do here. I am Jay the Gentleman. This is Verse, and I'll see you next time.